Hi friends, now we will see a poem, a very well known poem, very commonly heard on the TVs. Whenever you switch over to some Sanskrit program, you are likely to listen to this shloka. This is a very fairly long one, but very well known one. It is so well known because it is written by, it is from a very famous Shatakam called Bhartruhari's Niti Shatakam. There is a Shatakam is a collection of 100. So from that, it was composed by a poet called Bhartruhari. This Bhartruhari is a very interesting character. He is not he is not a poet alone. He was a king. He was a philosopher, he was a grammarian, and then he wrote these 3 Shatakas, one for youngsters. He wrote 3 Shatakas, one for youngsters, that is, it is called Niti Shataka, telling about basically, say like this motivational verses only, various types of motivational verses, and then again the way of the world, explaining the way of the world. Then again for youth, about ways of the world at youthful level, at that level. When you are a young man, when you are in your youth, then you are supposed to know about various other pitfalls which you face in the world. Then again, when you become old, how are you going to lead your life? How wisely you have to lead your life when you become old. So for three levels of people, he has written 3 Shatakas. So this verse is from the first portion. And Bhartruhari, as I said, he was also a philosopher. He wrote a very famous book called Vakyapadiyam. It is a great philosophy on grammar, philosophy of language. So anyway, we will first see the poem. I will read the poem. I will explain the poem, I will just explain the words in it, and then we will wind up by repeating the poem. I will read the poem. Vidyanama narasya roopamadhikam Prachanna guptam dhanam Vidya bhogakari yashassukhakari Vidya gurunam guruhu Vidya bandhujano videshagamane Vidya paradevata Vidya rajasupujyate nahi dhanam Rajasupujyate nahi dhanam Vidya vihinah pashuhu. So in the end, the poet is giving us a sort of whiplash. He is saying Vidya Vihina Pashuhu. This poem is about the knowledge. I forgot to say and tell you. This is about the importance of knowledge. A person without knowledge, he is like an animal. He is comparable to an animal. So that is the whiplash which the poet is giving at the end. So what does the poet say in this? Vidyanama narasya rupam adhikam. This is a longer poem, as I said. Till now we have seen couplets only, small 2-line poems. Now this is a 4-line poem. It is a 4-line poem, sometimes called a quadruplet. Simply speaking, it is a 4-line poem. Then here, when you have more things to say, you take a 4-line poem. So that is what our writers they do. So this Vidyanama narasya roopamadhikam. So in a human being, what is it that adds to the beauty of a person? Physical beauty is okay. Even among the beauty contests, they don't see the physical beauty alone. They put some questions to that lady, and that lady has to answer some sharply and intelligently. So it is not the looks alone that matter there. So her upbringing, her entire behavior, the entire behavior comes out, her level of understanding comes out, the way she responds, all those things they come out. So that is the knowledge content. The physical beauty content is okay. The physical beauty content is there everywhere. Even in the forest, you find a woman and then she also may have it. But then, what about this intellect content? So, this intellect is something which is adding to the beauty. So, that is what he says. Vidyanama narasya rupam adhikam. Narasya, for a human being. Rupam adhikam. It adds. It is something which is value addition. It adds to your beauty or looks. Then, prachanna guptam dhanam. This is something which is like a hidden wealth. Prachanna. Prachanna means something which is so hidden. Nobody knows. Prachanna guptam. Guptam is well preserved. There is a word called, this word Gupta also you can note. Gupta is what, when you have a surname Gupta, it refers to a particular community, trading community. Usually the trading community, they are called Guptas. Why are they called Gupta? Because he is supposed to be the protector of the society. The root meaning, the etymological meaning, or rather the root is from Gup. Gup, Gopane, Rakshane. That is, he protects the society because he is the person who makes wealth, who creates wealth. He creates wealth, and in that process he protects the society. So that is why he is called Gupta. So here we are not referring to that category. We are referring to Guptam Dhanam. It is so well protected. It is so well protected, so well concealed. When you look at a person, you may not know whether he is a great scholar or not. But the moment he starts talking, then in a few words you realize that he is such a great man. So that is Prachanna Guptam Dhanam. Then Vidya Bhogakari. Vidya is something which gives you enjoyment. You are in some lone desert, suppose. You have some book of verses underneath the bow, a jug of wine. So like Omar Khayyam said, there is a very nice poem there. A book of verses underneath the bow, a jug of wine, a loaf of bread and thou. So something goes on like that. So you have a book of verses sitting in some island, sitting in some desert. All other people will be sweating, fretting and fuming that the climate is so bad, it is bad, etc., etc. You have got your own book of verses, or maybe not only book of verses, you have your own favorite book, let us say. And then you are very happy. You are very happy, you are in your own world. You are outside, you are disconnected from this world. So this Vidya is giving that Bhoga. Bhoga means enjoyment. Vidya Bhogakari, it gives you enjoyment. Then Yashas Sukhakari. Yashaha means fame. When you get fame, are you not happy? When you get fame, suppose everybody is talking about you, then you are happy. It gives you so much of happiness. Yashas Sukhakari. Because of Yasha, you are happy, you are getting, your happiness is increased. Yashas Sukhakari. Then Vidya Gurunam Guruhu. It is the teacher of teachers. Gurunam Guruhu. Basically to praise that the knowledge is so great. Because Gurunam Guruhu. Guru teaches you something with reference to a particular occasion, isn't it? Then this same knowledge, you are using it in different occasions. So Guru may not teach, but on your own you are applying this knowledge at newer and newer places, isn't it? So that is Gurunam Guruhu. It is like that. Gurunam Guruhu. Then Vidya Bandhujano Videsha Gamane. Suppose you are abroad. So in Sanskrit, say poems, you get references to Videsha Gamana quite often. Quite often you get references to going to some other countries for studies, etc. Because if we see our say old stories, etc. For example, if you are coming to old stories, there is a book called Gadha Saptashati. A very old book written earlier in Prakrita, and then it came into Sanskrit, and then it is there now in English and all languages. Gadha Saptashati, if you read, there are so many stories there. Saptashati, 700 stories are there in that. That is, in those stories, you get the entire social history of India at that particular time, maybe 5th century or 6th century AD. The entire social history, the social structure, the setup, the beliefs, everything you will know by reading that book. Because as it is said, history is fiction where only names are correct, and fiction is history where only names are incorrect. So there is one saying like that. So Gadha Saptashati is somewhat like that. So here in that book you see so many references to people going abroad to study. Abroad means not now. Now we talk of abroad means we talk of going to America, going to some other Paris or some such place. Going abroad means going out of their native land to far off places and then study. So wherever some good teacher was there, people were going in those days. So Vidya Bandhujanaha Videsha Gamane. So when you go out to some far off land, then who is your friend? The best friend is your Vidya. So with your Vidya, with your knowledge, you go anywhere, you are respected. So that is the point. Vidya Bandhujano, it is something like a bank balance which you are carrying a bank with you. That's all. Knowledge bank with you. Then Vidya Paradevata, it is the supreme goddess. Basically to praise Vidya, it is the supreme goddess. Then Vidya Rajasu Pujyate Nahi Dhanam. Suppose a rich man is there and a very wise man is there. whom will the king respect? King, of course, will respect both, but then he will take away the money from this rich man. He will take away money. He knows how to collect a tax. He knows how to snatch his money. He knows how to snatch his, beautiful mansion and all that. But then he can't snatch anything from this wise man. He has to only give money to this wise man. So, Vidya Rajasu Pujyate. So, a very, very rich man, he will be afraid of a king because the king will take away by taxes. Whereas a very, very wise man, he has nothing to fear because a wise man will be of great use to the king. And then he will be rewarded by the king. So, Vidya Rajasu Pujyate, it is praised and it is worshipped, or rather it is respected among kings, not money. Then Vidya Vihina Pashuhu. This is the final whiplash, as I said. Vidya Vihinaha, one who is devoid of Vidya, is a Pashu. Pashu means what? Animal. Pashu is again an interesting word. Pashu, Pashyate iti Pashuhu. Pashyate means that which is bound. Pasha. Pasha means a long rope. And taking a long rope, or rather it may be long or short, whatever it is, taking a rope, you tie an animal. So an animal which is tied to a rope, it is tethered to some place. That is called a Pashu. So Pashu means he can't go out. He is there within that sphere only. Pashu is something depending on the length of the rope, it is moving in that circle only. It can't move out. So Pashu is like that. So Vidya Vihinaha, a person devoid of Vidya, is like that. So that is the beauty of the words here. So if you see the grammar, the first line, Vidya Nama. Nama means name. There are two cognate words, Nama and name are cognate. Vidya Nama. Vidya, the Vidya Nama Narasya Rupam Adhikam. That is, for a person, this Rupam or looks. Another name is Vidya. Vidya Nama. The thing which is called Vidya, he is the greatest contributor to the looks of a person. Then Prachanna Guptam Dhanam. Gupta I explained. Then Vidya Bhogakari. Bhoga I also explained. Bhoga means comes from the root Bhuj. Bhuj means to experience, to enjoy. Bhogakari, it gives enjoyment. Then Gurunam Guruhu. Guru is another beautiful word. Guru, the meaning of Guru is one who removes ignorance. Gu Shabda Swandhakarasyat. Gu, the Shabda, Gu Shabda indicates darkness. Rushabdas tan Nirodhakaha. Andhakara Nirodhitvat Guru Ritya Vidhiyate. There is a verse, there is a poem there. So Guru is a person who removes your ignorance. So Gurunam Guruhu. So Vidya is like that. Then Vidya Bandhujano. Bandhu means relative. Bandhujana, very great relative or friend, you can say. Bandhu, again cognate with the bond. Bandhu, bondage, bond, all those things are cognate words. Bandhujano, Videsha Gamane. Then Vidya, Paradevata. Then Rajasu, among kings. Rajasu is the locative case for Raja. Locative case. Among kings, Pujyate. Nahi dhanam, never money. Nahi dhanam, indeed not money at all. Then Vidya Vihinaha, one who is devoid of Vidya, is like a Pashu. So this is the shloka. Let us repeat. Vidyanama narasya rupamadhikam prachanna guptam dhanam vidya bhogakari yashassukakari vidya gurunam guruhu vidya bandhujano videsha gamane vidya paradevata vidya rajasu pujyate nahi dhanam vidya vihinah pashuhu. Fine. Okay.